Another day, another dollar. Thank the Lord for another 24. God, I knew that was you. Quick correctional officer video. I'm giving some self-confident tips for new correctional officers or anybody, even if you're working in corrections. You know, these are some things that are going to help you be successful on the job, help you to have more confidence in your day-to-day shift work, you know, dealing with the inmates, things of that nature. You know, the first thing that's going to help you to have self-confidence on the job is knowing the policy and the procedure. When you know the policy and the procedure as far as what you as a correctional officer can and can't do and what the inmates can and can't do and what's expected of the inmates, it makes your job a whole lot easier. You know, in the beginning, you know, when you're a rookie, you're not going to know everything. You know, you may go through some familiarization classes in the beginning. You know, you may do some shadowing, job shadowing, but nothing can prepare you for the job, you know, better than on the job experience, actually working in the housing units, you know, getting beat by the inmates, you know, the inmates trying to get over on you, and you learning the tactics and the games that the inmates play. You know, the best job experience is on the job, actually working in the housing unit. I don't care what they say about going to the academy. None of that. I mean, it's good, you know, it's good to go to the academy. It's a more formal introduction to correction, but the best, you know, type of correction as far as corrections 101 is when you actually working and interacting, you know, right there in the trenches with the inmates. You know, you're going to be nervous in the beginning. You know, I was nervous when I first started corrections. I remember when I started back in 2011, I was working at the county jail. You know, I was stiffer than a mannequin. You should have seen me. My first day on the unit working by myself, I'm passing out the trays. When they popped, the CO up in the tower popped the door to the unit. The inmates came running up the line up to get their tray. I'm like, damn, boy, it's for real now. This shit, it ain't no more in the class, on the job. I'm here. It's time, you know. So just know going into it, you know, you first start out, you're going to be nervous. If you're not nervous, you know, I feel like that's a big warning sign. You know, somebody that's not scared or that's not nervous, because I feel like you have the potential to be more complacent. You know, if you go into it with no fear, you know, it's like you may walk into something that you don't intend to walk into. You know, let's say like, you like, oh, I ain't scared of nothing. You walk right into a cell and you could be an ambush or a setup. You know, when you nervous and you scared in corrections, that's a good thing because it keeps you alert. It keeps you aware, and it always has you thinking of the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? You know, you always on your toes. You always want to be alert and always on your toes thinking. But from the time you get behind that gate to the time your shift is over, you always want to be on alert, you know. But knowing the policy and the procedure, you know, it's like the inmates, once you know that, they can't spin you. You already know what's going down, you know. Or you be like this, if an inmate come to you trying to get you to do something, you be like, I can't make no guarantees, but let me check on that for you. That's saved me so many times in my career. You know, an inmate come up, ask me a question or ask me about something and I'm not sure. I don't just automatically tell them, yes, I'll do it or this and that. I say, let me check on that. Come back to the office, you know, 15 minutes, an hour or something like that. And I'll let you know what I find out, stuff like that. So policy and procedure is a biggie. You know, the next thing when it comes to having self-confidence on the job is just to know that you're going to make mistakes all throughout your career. It's inevitable. It won't be the first. It won't be the last. That's a part of corrections. It's a part of the game. You know, I don't care how much time you got in. You could be a 25-year veteran. You know, at some point, you're bound to make mistakes. So just accept, you know, when you make mistakes on the job or, you know, you make a bad judgment call or you do something that you necessarily wasn't supposed to do, you know, you learn from it. You know, you correct it and you move forward. You know, long as you learn from it and you don't make the mistake again, then you good, you know. But everybody's bound to make mistakes at some point, man, because there's so many factors at play when you're working in correction. It's never perfect. You know, you're dealing with the inmates for one. That's the main factor right there. You know, they got so many schemes and deceptions they're up to. So it never runs just always perfect or smoothly, you know. So just know working in the unit, especially your first year, your rookie year, you're going to make mistakes. It's a part of the job. It's a part of learning to be a good correctional officer. So, you know, don't beat yourself up. Don't get down on yourself, man. Think that you're a bad correctional officer. None of that, man. Everybody makes mistakes, man, all throughout your career. Like I said, It's not going to be the first time you make a mistake. It's not going to be the last. The next thing, as far as self-confidence, is to never doubt yourself and your abilities. You got to always go into it with that mindset that you belong here. It's a reason that you're here. You earned your right to wear that correctional officer uniform. Don't never go in there second guessing yourself, doubting yourself. You make a call, you make a decision, and you stand by it, even if you're wrong, man. We could always walk back. If your supervisor come down on you, they chew you out, stuff like that. It's a teaching moment. You just move forward and you put it behind you. But always go into it with confidence, because if you don't and you go in there, you hesitant, and it's like you shaky, you like, I don't know if I should do this or not. I don't know what to do. The inmates, they gonna pick on that quick. They like sharks. They can sense when you indecisive, you can't make a decision, and you can't, be fair, firm, and consistent and stand on whatever it is you decided, and they gonna prey on that, So you always have to be confident in yourself, and I know it's easier for some people more than others, but you just got to know who you are as a person. And if you know that the job is for you and that you meant to be there, man, you're going to find your way in due time. You know what I'm saying? The next thing when it comes to having confidence on the job is to never take things for personal. Don't take things personal working inside that wall. Bad things are going to happen. You're going to have things said to you, possibly things done to you, that, the normal person in the free world, they would never imagine, or, you're going to get cussed out. You're going to have inmates say things, man, had all kind of things said to me, all being called all kind of things outside my name, this and that. But I got thick skin. I got tough skin. Words ain't nothing. I've had inmates try to assault me, not necessarily try to assault me, maybe like try to throw something on me. Like, it wasn't, luckily, that was when I worked at the county jail. I wasn't pissed. I think he had a cup of water, a mental health inmate, and his bean hole was open when we was walking by. I think we were doing something on the unit. It was a lot of stuff going on that day. I remember that was a crazy ass day. There was the lockdown unit at the county. They had flooded in the cell, banging on the door. They was going crazy that day. But one of the mental health, he tried. I seen him. He had the cup, and I tried to hurry up and go. He didn't hit me. Luckily, it kind of went past me. But luckily, it wasn't no piss. But it was a cup of water. But stuff is bound to happen. You bound to get into arguments or disagreements with your co-workers, your supervisors. Inmate cuss you out, call you all kind of B's, N-word. I done been called the N-word so many times. All kind of stuff, man. But at the end of the day, man, as long as you get to go home, you go back to your family. It is what it is, man. It's like in the free world, you got into arguments, you got into disagreements with your family, your friends, you done cuss somebody out, you done been cussed out, chewed out. It is what it is, man. When you an adult, you just learn to move past shit, man, and it's just chalk it up, man. I'm like, shit, that shit's over with. Once my shift's over, I don't care how bad of a day I had. As long as I'm not injured, it's not an emergency, I'm good. As soon as my relief show up, I know it's gym time, so I'm good. I'm going to the gym. Y'all can have it, man. Whatever that inmate said or did, F him, man. He locked in his cell. He's still there. I'm out in the free world, so it is what it is, man. You can't take things personal, The next thing, you got to be comfortable in your skin with who you are. Know who you are as a person, Know what you stand on. Know what your morals are, That goes before you even, enforcing the policy and the procedures. You got to know who you are as a person, So when you stand for something, you won't fall for anything back there. You know what I'm saying? That's a biggie right there. Always know who you are, identify yourself, man. Don't let them get you out of your element. Don't let the inmates manipulate you. Don't let, staff want to be in there gossiping, rumor mill, stuff like that. I done heard so many rumors about me over the years when I'm working, man. I'm sleeping with this nurse, or I'm sleeping with this female officer, stuff like that. I don't let none of that get to me, man. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to do my job, do it to the best of my ability, make my money, and go home. And I leave it there, man. Leave it at the gate. That's a big one. The next thing, too, is that I want to leave y'all with, man, is that I'm so confident in myself, too. When I work in there and I'm working them units, it's like, you would go in there, you would think I'm down there an inmate, man. It's like I just be in there chilling with the inmates. Once you've been working the housing unit so long, it's like it's like second nature. You know what I mean? It's like in the beginning, yeah, you're gonna be nervous. You're gonna be like, man, like a deer in headlights. But after a while, it's like you get comfortable being around the inmates. And I'm not saying like comfortable as far as like you too comfortable or like you friendly, too friendly with the, it's like you just, I don't know. It's like I prefer to be in the housing unit. That's my comfort zone because it's like I know I'm working by myself and I can run my unit how I want to run it. I don't have to worry about, you know, working with somebody else. We may not necessarily agree on the same style of corrections. They may do things differently than me, you know. So I prefer, me personally, as long as I'm a correctional officer, I prefer to work the housing unit. You know, I like working outside in the truck, the patrol truck, stuff like that, man. I just like, you know, because I can set my own pace. And it's like the inmates, once you've been working on the unit long enough, it's like they know what to expect of you. So, you know, working in the housing unit is my comfort zone. Some people, they don't like to work in housing units. You know, some veteran officers that got a lot of time in, you know, the only time they work housing units is when they get mandated to work a housing unit. You know, a lot of times they stay in the front lobby or they work control, they work the outside truck, they bid on the same post. You know, me, I'm like, shoot, just put me in a unit so I can be out the way. I can run my unit how I want to run it and just do me. I'm cool. You know, I'm gonna do my job, make my rounds, stuff like that, and I'm gonna go home at the end of the day. Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on IG, TikTok at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got the merchandise for sale. Shop with me on my website, www.theghettobodybuilder.com. Y'all got any comments, questions, or concerns, any ideas for future videos? Drop a comment. I'll be sure to get back with you as soon as I can. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated.